Interesting. This weekend, May 27th, we are getting the Bob's Burgers
Two
movie.
thumbs up.
Art,
Two thumbs up.
You spent some time diving into the Bob's Burgers archives to prepare
Yes,
for
sir.
this one. It's one of my feel-good shows, a really just sweet like diversion that's uncomplicated and happy for me. So I'm really excited. What have you thought about your Bob's Burgers dive so far?
Hey, Bob's Burgers is that show that I believe is definitely iconic because even before, even if you haven't seen the show, you know about the show. You know the little girl that's always in the memes. You know that one who's always like awkward dancing, the one with the hat. Like they've just become very prolific online and just in general with the images that they've been able to create.
GIF famous.
The show. I'm on season 4. I've just been playing it. So there were a couple episodes where Zach's like, but did you pay attention to this one? So I went back. He was telling me about this one where he becomes a taxi driver. There's a lot of really good stuff in the beginning seasons that are just hilarious. I think the editing, the animation, the pacing, the voice acting, all of it hits on all the cylinders, and the movie lives up to the hype. If you have been a fan of this show and you've been watching it for the past 12 seasons, this is... it feels bad to say the phrase glorified episode, but it feels like the best of the best when watching in watching the series, and to extend it, what is really like 15 minutes long into a 90-minute epic that is able to embody the entire town, that is able to embody the family. All of your favorite characters are in it, which is why I feel you only need to see the first season. I don't think you need to see any of it to go in and kind of get the gist of the show. But if you see the first season, you'll be introduced to a lot of these characters and you'll know what they represent up on screen with their history. I still think, why am I blinking on his name? The one who always comes in to get burgers.
Teddy?
Go. I don't want to hear it. I don't care who your favorite character is. That's the best character. Teddy's the best character, without a doubt. But the movie's great, man. I was into it. I thought it was funny. They have a couple of musical sequences. The animation is beautiful too, because I mean, you know how much the show's budget is going to get you, but with a movie, it's way more fluid, and they got the characters dancing with it. I'm excited to see it again, dude. Can't wait to hear your thoughts about it.
I really loved this movie, and I was so excited watching it. I did catch it. Yeah,
Were you sweaty at the end? I don't know why. I thought.
Well, it's really sweet. Like, I think it actually ends in a place that was like emotional and a little, unexpectedly beautiful, especially considering that the show has been on for so long that they still have something in their bag that can tug at your heartstrings as much as I think this movie does. It is really incredible. I don't know if they've just been saving some material for this movie or they figured it out. I think this movie is actually like significantly better than the show has been in the last couple of years. Also, it's like, it's some of the best of what you get from Bob's, because Bob's is this show that is really like, it's very quirky and weird. A lot of the characters have these off-putting qualities to them, but it's so sweet in how it handles and accepts everybody. There's just like an empathy and embracing of all these weird characters. Rather than make fun of characters for what makes them different, I think it's a show that celebrates those aspects to them, and it coalesces into something that's a little bit bigger than just that, because in the musical numbers, which they do a lot of in the show, but I think the ones they do in the movie are really great. Something that I love is that no one's really like a excellent singer. They all are a little pitchy and a little like quirky, offbeat.
There's someone who sings in the movie who is terrible. I did not get what that person was saying.
But they lean into that in a way. And like, even you mentioned the fluidity of the animation. They're dancing to different sequences in this movie, but like none of the people are really like good dancers in the movie. You know what I mean? They're kind of clumsy in their movements. They're a little silly looking. And I think that's one of the things that makes the show so special, is that it is this like kind of slack comedy, even if it is animation, like there's an imprecision to all these people that makes them all so much more lovable. I think the way that it succeeded, not only in telling a story that's going to be like, has so many fun little details for people who already know the characters, but I think is just like easy to get in and would make for an easy entry point for people who don't watch the show. I just think it's a really great balancing act. It's very fun, full of jokes. It's great. I'm hoping this is an Oscar contender later this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just want to see that food truck people keep talking about come to my area because I'd love to have a Bob's Burger. So
Yeah, LaShawn mentioned that food truck in the live stream comments. Cademan mentions that there is a short film that they made exclusively playing at the Alamo Draft House. I actually didn't hear about that, so I might have to go for a second round of Bob's Burgers at the Alamo Draft House. Yeah. Devesh asked also, how does it compare to something like the Simpsons movie? I liked the Simpsons movie. I think the Simpsons movie does something, though, that it almost like blows up the Simpsons formula into something that's so big that it only could be in a movie. Whereas, like you were saying about the Bob's Burgers movie, this feels like a glorified episode. This feels like Bob's Burgers. It doesn't feel like, okay, now we're doing a movie, so it has to be a little extra and different.
Literally, we came out and we were saying stuff. We're like, was that from an episode or was that from the movie? So like that's I think with the Simpsons movie, you know what came out of that. And you wouldn't mistake it for a season. But yeah, I hope people get to watch this one in theaters and they enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm really hoping this one does well.